I got an update on the Oblock 6. Those are 6 people that's been charged uh, and found guilty of FBG Duck murder. It's been a lot of chatter why they haven't been sentenced yet. They've been convicted a little while ago. They've been charged a little while ago. They were supposed to be sentenced sometime this year, but the court ended up pushing it back towards in the new year. King Yeller recently did an interview and said that Oblock 6 ain't been sentenced yet because this is a superseding trial and Lil Durk could be added at any moment. Well, I did my homework and I looked at the newest paperwork on this case. Remember, even though these guys been convicted, there's new information come out on their cases every day. You got to know the websites to go to and stuff like that. You know, I'm not saying that can't be the reason, but it looks like a clear-cut reason as to why Oblock haven't been sentenced yet. And somebody close to one of the people involved in the Oblock case kind of keep me a little updated a little bit, but I ain't finna put no names out or nothing like that. But hit the like button, gold on this video, 1,000 likes. I'm finna explain to you why Oblock haven't been sentenced yet, and I don't think it has nothing to do with Durk. From my point of view. Not saying nobody wrong, but I don't think it has nothing to do with Durk. These guys got found convicted in a murder trial that used trenches news. They used people, baby mamas. They used FBG butter. They used a lot of people in this trial that Oblock and them disagreed with them using. They felt like some of these people they didn't even know. Some of these people don't know if they killed anybody. They wasn't there. So they kind of shocked as to why these guys were able to even be used in a trial. After they were found convicted, it was a lot of motions put in. I don't know if they like appeals, but it was like a lot of post-trial motions that was put in on this trial because of how this trial went and things like that. For some strange reason, the government hasn't responded to those motions yet. Those motions has been in for about 3, 4, 5 months now, and the government hasn't responded to those motions yet. I don't know exactly what the motions are or why they haven't responded to them yet, but that looks like the reason why this case hasn't been stopped, or basically why these guys hasn't been sentenced. A couple of these guys' lawyers then put in motions about that trial to say that it didn't go fair. These guys didn't get a fair trial. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. And they just waiting on the government to finally respond and let them know if this gonna happen, that gonna happen, that gonna happen, or denied. And they haven't got a letter yet that told them that they was denied. So their sentencing has been pushed back. That's what I look at when I look at the paperwork, and people close to the situation has told me this. Because after that interview with King Yeller dropped, a lot of people got to speaking like, man, Durk might be involved, but people close to this case told me Durk ain't got nothing to do with the Oblock case. Now, do he have something to do with it and just ain't been charged and the feds ain't said nothing about it? Now, that's the thing that I'm not here to answer. But as far as they pushing this case back and they waiting till Durk gets sentenced, then they gonna sentence the Oblock, then they gonna link Durk into this case, I'm under the impression that is not true. That's like an opinion. But it could be real, though. I don't know. But I'm under the impression that that's not real after looking at these motions and stuff like that. It looks like the Oblock people got motions in, and the government is taking all day to answer them shits. I don't know why, but it looks like they're taking all day to answer, and that's the reason why they gave them an extension. These guys were supposed to be sentenced about maybe 2, 3 months ago. For some strange reason, the courts pushed it back, and it looks like, these guys got some complaints about how that trial went. And for some strange reason, it just took a long time for the government to finally respond to those motions and things like that. So that's what I see. I don't really see Durk name nowhere in this FBG Duck murder trial besides the fact that his name came up as the brother of somebody who was called Batizi. And they say Durk is a high-ranking gang member. But I'm not going to lie. Duck did die like on a sneaky hit, standing. Some cars rolled up on him, jumped out, killed him, and gone about their business. That's the exact way Lil Pop died. Some car, he was standing outside a gas station by their car. A car came, people jumped out, shot, killed him, and rolled off. It's the same exact way. That's actually the same exact way as Stephon Mack, the person who killed Lil Durk brother, died. The same exact way. People pulled up, shot, killed, and rolled off. So, I can understand why close friends at LBG Duck believe like Durk had something to do with this. But I wanted to bring to your attention, when I looked at the Oblock paperwork, it looked like it's motions that the government ain't answered yet. and other things and stuff like that. But that's what I seen. They still waiting on some answers and things like that. I don't know answers for what, because this case has been ended. I think it's just that, like I say, I don't want to say an appeal, because it does come off as an appeal. I don't know if it's an appeal, but I know soon you get convicted or you're done with a trial or a case, you can put in motions right away. And these motions wasn't answered yet. From what I was told by somebody close to this case, and when I looked at some of the paperwork, I did see that. I didn't see anything about Durk being linked to this case. Now, I'm not saying that ain't gonna happen, because like I told you, a lot of these murders do seem very similar. But that don't mean that Durk was behind it. Because even Cash, he was chilling and somebody jumped out of a car, started shooting, killed him, and rolled off. It's a lot of people that done died under the sneaky hits, and we didn't know what happened. So a lot of people saying, it's the same thing with Durk. But I wanted to bring that to your attention. When I look at the paperwork, it looks like the government still got some answers and some questions to get figured out in these motions. And it look like for some strange reason they take a long time to answer it. This how it be in the feds, man. Once you get locked up in the feds, they come hard. It's not like a time limit. These guys are not rushing and expediting shit for you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, though. I'm going to keep you updated on this, man. But it's the homie True. Follow me on Instagram, too, at True Teller TV, because there's a lot of stuff I post there that I don't post on this page. It's the homie True.